Hope everybody's having a great day today. My name is Mo, and this is my channel, Mo Nation. So, in this video, what we're going to be doing is a group wash, and this is my very first time doing a group wash. And it's always something that I always kind of been interested in trying out. You know, there's different sides of detailing, well, the detailing business, as I should say. And I want to be able to explore each side of it, whether it's the actual detailing or ceramic coatings, paint correction, or it's like the car washing side of things. So I would put this more so towards the car wash side of things, because this is more about quantity, and I mean keeping that same quality, but more so quantity, the amount of cars I need to do type of thing. So before we get this video started, please make sure you hit that thumbs up and make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet. And if there's anything that I don't cover, because there's going to be some things I'm going to forget about, but if there's anything that you want to know about, make sure you comment down below. I promise we're going to have a discussion in the comments below. So let's go ahead and get this video started. So the very first thing I want to talk about is how I pretty much structured the whole group wash. The first thing I had to think about is obviously pricing. And I was like, okay, how many cars I have to do to meet my minimum amount of what I want to make per day. And so normally I usually shoot, my minimum amount is like 250. I really want to make about 500-700 out a day. But, you know, minimum, I'm like, okay, at least $250 for the day. So I was like, how many cars I have to do at the least expensive service to get to that 250, and that came up to 5, and that's how I came up with it has to be 5 or more cars. Now the next thing was, what services am I going to offer? And so I was like, I don't want to do full interior details with a discount on it. Those type of things I'm not going to discount, because it's going to take value off of that service. So I said it has to be, you know, simple services, not too many. And that's why I came up with the three services of a wash and vac, and then inside and out, you know, wiping down and vacuuming, and then exterior wash. Those are the three services. If they needed a full interior detail, then they couldn't do the group wash. It was that simple. The next thing I had to think about was like, okay, well, when it comes to paying, most people, obviously I'm at their job, they at work. So it doesn't make sense for me to be, you know, scanning 5-6 different cards. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna send out invoices, or they can send it to Cash App, or they could do it electronically. If I could do it electronically, the better, because it just makes things a whole lot easier. So what I did was I made a web page, not a web page, but I made a page on my website, and basically that was also the menu as well. So what I had was the three services I offered. Each one had an individual video showing you what I was doing. It had the words to say what I was doing. It had the prices of how much it costs. At the very top of that page, it had the rules. 5 or more cars, it had to be in the same location. And if they had any questions, you know, I had the stuff, you know, give me a call. At the bottom of that page, there was a form. And so what that did was, if they wanted to do a group wash, they fill the form out. It puts them in my system, and when I'm finished with all the cars, all I have to do is look up their name and then press on it, put the service that they got, and send out the invoice. So the way I structured it was pretty, to me, I tried to make it super easy. And then especially when it came to kind of pitching the group wash, what I did was I made that page first. I copied it, sent it to my contact person, which is very important to have somebody there that you know. I sent it to them, and then they sent it to everybody else. So it's important to also have a contact person, because you only want to try to deal with one person where you can tell them whatever the message is, and then they relay the message to everybody else. They basically acted as the middleman for you. So my contact person was actually the very first car y'all saw me doing, which was the white Corolla Cross. Another thing that I had to think about was equipment. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'd rather be over prepared than under prepared. So that means that I had to, the night before, I made sure I had water in the ice chest, ice in the ice chest, had some snacks up in there. I made sure I brought more than enough towels. I brought extra drying towels in case somebody wanted to add a car or anything like that. Extra washing towels. Whatever extra I could bring, I brought. If I'm not mistaken, I think I brought my extra generator just in case my generator started acting crazy, because I think we got there around 8:30. I turned everything on around 8:45, 9 o'clock, and the generator ran until we was finished. I don't turn it on or off or anything. I just let it run until we're finished. So I had to also make sure I brought extra gas with me just in case, because you never know. And then another thing I also want to talk about is basically you got to know your equipment as well. So the generator that I have is inside the van. I know that a lot of generators need to be air cooled. So in order for me to run the generator inside my van, I have to have a fan to push out some of that exhaust gas, but to also keep that generator cool. Same thing with, I know I'm going to be doing a lot of washes. I have a 250 gallon tank inside the van, but I never fill it up to the top. That's dangerous, right? The most I ever put inside there is about 100 gallons, 125 that I put inside there. But I also know with the water pump that I have, it takes about 10 gallons to wash a car, depending on how bad it is. So you want to say about, I'm going to say 10 gallons, right? If I'm doing 6 cars, I know at the minimum, I'm going to need around 70 to 80 gallons. So I end up I probably brought around 100 gallons, or maybe a little bit more than 100. But I knew, okay, I have enough to wash all these cars. And if I need water to maybe mix something or whatever, I also have that too. So that's all things that you got to kind of think about, because you want to make sure you set yourself up for success. And I say that because you don't want to be in the middle of doing something and then the generator turned off and you don't have no backup plan, or you run out of water, and then you can't get water wherever you at. So anything that I thought could happen, I tried to make sure I was prepared for that. So if you're going to be doing group washes, I would say get insurance. And I say that because when you really think about it, it's a little bit more liability, because I'm having to move the cars out the way. We already getting in them and all that stuff, but I'm having to drive them now, which I feel like I become a little bit more liable. Not only that, as you're going to watch throughout the video, I do a Corolla Cross, and then I come and do a brand new Expedition, then a G-Wagon, and then a Tesla Plaid, a Range Rover engine, and then the satin blue GT53 Mercedes. So these probably are what, and correct me if I'm wrong, anywhere from 400 to 500,000 worth of cars that I'm messing around with, right? So what do I do if I'm trying to open the door on the Tesla and the door handle comes off? One time I heard a story that on the Teslas, it has the edgeless windows or whatever. And so when you pull the door handle, the window goes down. And then when you push the door closed, the window will go up. So apparently this guy pulled the door open. The window went down and went up and got stuck. He closed the door and cracked the window. So in that case, he's pretty much liable to go ahead and pay for that because the vehicle's in his possession, right? Even though it's an unfortunate thing. So that's why I said make sure you get some insurance. So with me, all that's covered, any damages, any property damage. If my fiance messed anything up, yeah, that's covered. The equipment inside my van is covered by my insurance. So this is the one time that I would say it is very important for you to go get some business insurance, just in case something does mess up. You may spray the wrong chemical on the wheel and it may mess it up. Now you stuck with a $2,000-$3,000 bill when you could have had insurance, paid a little deductible, maybe like $500, I think, or something like that, and they would have cut a check to get that fixed. So that's just food for thought. this particular day, I made around $750. And then I came back 2 weeks later and made around $350. Now, to some of y'all, that may sound low, and to some of y'all, that may sound good. But you can always structure, if you want to do this, you can always structure it way different than how I'm doing it. I'm just sharing y'all my experience. Now, I am thinking about, advertising it a little bit more just to kind of get more of a feel for it and to see what else I want to change about it. Or even just stop doing it. I don't know yet what I want to do with the group wash thing. It was just something I was trying out. Now, I will say that I have been thinking about offering maybe like a neighborhood group wash type of thing, but I'm not too sure. So make sure y'all comment down below if there's anything you want to know. I promise I'm gonna get back to you so we can have a discussion in the comments. And then thank y'all for watching. I hope you have had a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.